Hello everyone, we are going to design and animate this attractive loading in this video. Very well, to start I'm going to go to the ellipse tool and draw a circle here. I will get a copy of this circle. I go to the first circle by clicking on the arc point. I can drag it to change the shape of this circle like this. Now, in this part, I set the amount of sweep to 25% to have such a form. By clicking down here and dragging inwards, we can have an element like this. Well, by clicking and dragging, I will rotate it like this and go to the second circle. I'm going to scale it down and move it to this section so it fits here. I can still make it smaller. Now I select both shapes and consider this color from this part. I go to the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle like this here. I will make the color white. I'll make a copy of this rectangle and copy it again by pressing Ctrl and D. I select 3 rectangles and put them in a group by pressing Ctrl and G and move them to this part. Now by holding the Ctrl and Shift keys, I select 2 rectangles and reduce the height of the rectangles to have such a form. Okay, I select all the elements. From this part, I will click on the Create Component icon and then I will click on the Add Variant icon. By clicking on the plus sign, I copy those 2 and create 2 more components to have such a form. Now I need to edit each of these elements. I go to the second variant and select this shape and rotate it by holding the Shift key and dragging it around. Well, I select this circle and reduce its height or width from this part so that its dimensions are smaller and move it to this part. Well, I go to the third variant. I will select this element and by holding the Shift key, I will rotate it like this. I select the middle circle and this time I will enter the value of 120. And in this way, I will place this circle in this part. And for the fourth variant, I rotate this element in this way, change the middle circle to the value of 150 and move it like this. In fact, the second circle is the same size as the fourth circle. Now I go to these rectangles. In the second variant, the height of the second rectangle should be the same as the height of the first, and the height of the first rectangle should be the same as the size of the third rectangle. And in the same way, I select the third rectangle and make it the size of the first one, and make the height of the first rectangle the same size as the second one. And in the fourth variant, I change the height of the second rectangle the same as the height of the first one and make the first rectangle the same size as the third one so that we have such a form. Now I go to the prototype and with the help of prototype, I do my animate. I choose the first variant and connect a cable from this one to the second variant. As you can see here, the prototype setting appears for me and here I have to select the after delay item. I will change its value to 1 and in this section I will set the settings change to and I should put this item to Smart Animate. From this section I choose the linear option. I do not change the time setting. I go to the second variant and connect it to the third one and I repeat the same settings. I connect the third variant to the fourth one and in the same way I repeat the settings. And finally, I connect the fourth variant to the first one and repeat the previous settings again. Very well, I make these settings. Now I go to the frame tool and draw a frame here. Now I go to Assess panel and from here I put the component I created in this part and using the align items I place it in the center of the frame in this way. I select this frame and click on the plus item from the prototype panel in the flow starting point section to create this flow for this frame. Now by clicking on play, you can see the results like this.